What's going on, guys? You're tuning into the Cause and Effect podcast, and I'm your host, Chico, accompanied by, for the first time, our host, Jump Out. He's in the building, hosting tonight.
What's going on?
Alongside our special guest. She's been here before, but if you have not heard that interview we had with her, you will have the pleasure of hearing about her for the first time today and her new single. She goes by the name of Juju, and she has a new single out called Diamonds. So before we get into that, how is everyone feeling?
Feeling great.
How are you feeling? You feeling better?
I'm feeling
better now?
way better.
Great. So I'm excited for you to be here on the Cause and Effect podcast. A lot has changed since we've had you the first time. The first time she came on the podcast, we were recording with our cell phone, video-wise. Like, I couldn't post the episode up on YouTube because it was on the new iPhone, so I had it on 4K, and the file was dumb, like, packed, and it just didn't work out. And I remember having to tell, like, yo, I can't post the episode up. I'm gonna just post some clips up that I got from I think it was I put it on Facebook Live. Gotcha. But we've grown a little bit, and we've seen that you've been growing. You've kept working. You know, one thing that I discussed with the other co-hosts, Ralphie and Fernando, about our guests is, you know, it's great to have guests that are creatives, but at the same time, sometimes it's like, because we plug people into some of these people, and some of them fall off. But one thing we can say about Juju, that she has not fallen off. She's been rising, you know, from fashion to modeling to conducting workshops to directing, and it just goes on and on and on and on. And now officially launching your first single on all platforms and a music video that looks like it's not your first music video as far as you starring in it. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that journey. And, you know, the last time we met with you had a bunch of plans, and now, like you said, you know, you never thought that you'll be launching, you know, your career as an artist. And tell us a little bit about that journey.
So that journey, I do almost everything, and I used to always say I do everything but sing, but that but is no longer needed in that sentence because I'm doing it. And I don't even say I'm a singer or a rapper. I just say that I'm a swagger, because I just enjoy making. Yeah, I enjoy making music that make people move. You know, that's what I feel that we're missing in this generation. It's very gimmicky, or, you know, it is what it is. But I miss music that made me dance, just off the beat, off the words, the hype, the energy you hear through the lyrics. Like, that's what I was like, you know what, if I'm going to enter into this path, why not combine everything that I do to showcase what I do? Because it's hard to say, hey, well, you know, when people ask me, well, what do you do? Well, where do you want me to start? Because I'm a model coordinator, creative director. I mean, the list goes on. Fashion designer. So I feel like being an artist, you know, is helping me bring all of that together into one and continue my brand as Junique Designer, which is what I go by on Instagram. But this particular path is La Juju, the artist. Yes. So, yeah.
You know, one thing that I think about when I think about, like, La Juju, now I'm gonna refer to your artist name.
It's no longer Juju, it's La Juju.
La Juju.
I saw a post that said, try saying yes to things that make you uncomfortable more. And, you know, I'm going to mess the quote up, but that's what she does. I think that she gets herself in situations where she might not have the full knowledge of what she's getting herself into. She just knows that I can give this a shot.
She's a go-getter.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think she says no to a lot of things as far as opportunities that make sense in whatever field she is and how she needs the exposure for her personal brand. Yeah,
she's not scared to take risks.
Yeah, very, and she executes, you know, and she gets it done. So that means that you're well disciplined, you put work, you take it serious, and at the same time you work behind the scenes, because we're seeing this right now, and everybody's like, oh, you know, she's beast, like, you know, she can do it all, and you're like in the background, you don't know the struggle. You don't know
What?
what you got to go through it. So what how's it been for you, like the feedback from releasing this, from your peers, the people that, you know, fuck with you, and the people that don't know who you are? Have you gotten a lot of, I've seen on your Instagram you've been very active with a lot of response, but personally, have you gotten anybody calling you, texting you, and how's that been, the response from the people?
So I gave myself a week to promote this. Not even. I started promoting, I think, Tuesday night. Tuesday night, and I wanted to use the element of surprise. The element of surprise, because no one that knows who I am, my 13.6 thousand followers, would assume that I'm like, okay, well, she's gonna be an artist now. So I had it,
like it was a big curveball, like
the responses, so the responses are like, yo, I'm blown away. Oh my God, I'm shocked. I never knew you would do this. This is amazing. Like, it's been overwhelming, like to the point that it hasn't even hit me yet that, oh my God, I just dropped a fucking record and it's mine. It's not an artist. Because I'm always in someone else's music video. I'm always helping someone else with their career. Well, no. Now is my time. Now is help me.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you say that too. It's like you paint the vision for other people's music videos, and their sound, and now you're be able to like carve your own piece, your artwork, the same way you've done it with other things.
So with that being said, because I've been in over 100 music videos and counting, whether they've been posted or not, just being involved in it. Visually, or being the model for it, or being background assisting on it, whether it's casting. What I've taken when I decided that I wanted to be an artist was the do's and don'ts from all those music videos and working with all those artists, even being on sets with bigger artists like Lil' Kim, being on sets with Fabulous, Jadakiss, just seeing, you know, the things that went well and didn't go well in those videos, and was like, you know, or even as an artist, you know, I was like, you know, let me apply that to my artistry. Let me use my knowledge, because I'm using my experience to perfect what didn't work for them that may work for me. Again, I'm a guppy in this industry. I don't know much, but I know enough to not get fooled or played. So
absolutely,
you're well seasoned, at least in the areas that, you know, are important and where you need to be aware of. So that's dope. And I'm glad that you added Latina sauce and seasoning to the song, right? Like La Juju. But the name, the song, it has the Caribbean, like it has this, like you said, the sound that makes it known. Like, yo, this is definitely a Spanish, you know, artist, and she's implementing English and Spanish, which is something that is like,
is our demographic
is going on a lot now.
Yeah. You know what it is, but it's going on, and some people don't know how to do it well.
Yeah.
Or know how powerful it is to use that. Yeah. Right? Because it's like a double-edged sword. Like Melly,
Danny Lay, like they were. I was like, you know, if I'm gonna be an artist, like I want to kind of be in that ball game, because it's
versatility.
You get best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
And reason why I decided to go more Latin was the sake that Latin people support way more than the USA.
You're right.
So I'm gonna learn my Spanish and get it into the T. And let me tell you this. I can continue to strive.
It's very, very.
It's a large community, man.
It's a very big community, but it's also very open to like artists like that use their platform. They open the doors to a lot of artists to come and showcase their talent, their songs on their program. So like if you were to do a run and like the entire Dominican Republic from Santiago to La Capital, you will get on many programs, because I know people that over here couldn't get into a radio station, and you got more connections that can get you in those places. But imagine using it and going to a foreign country, getting that momentum going.
They love new.
Doing it, they love that. And then women right now are dominating the industry.
I hope so.
1,000%.
Not internally.
Because
I'm still struggling it.
The powers that be that hold let's say the gate, are still powered by many men, but women are being more visual to being the star versus being the background.
Man, Cardi B set that standard for the ladies, man.
So what inspired that music video? The entire, it's a dope visual.
Fire.
It has I don't even know how to explain it. It looks like a short film, and it has all the dope, effects, elements, the dancers, the everything.
It
that
brought
came
back
together.
that music feel back to the, when you're watching we don't get that no more. It's like we get a bunch of guys on the corner just wilding out.
Or just
and
random
that's a music
scenes.
video, random scenes. It was like very good, well put together video.
So I know that you had put thought into it. You wrote it yourself?
Yes.
The treatment?
Yes.
So what inspired that?
So I didn't write the music. I did I did sit into the writing session, of course, and of course they adapted to me, to what I'm used to saying, so I'm more comfortable with it. But just hearing the record, when I heard it, I was like, yo, this it's just fire. All right. I wouldn't say certain words, but I'm gonna learn today. And with that, it was just like, it just made me, from the beginning, the climax, the ups and downs, the low parts, the high parts, it just was like, it was so energetic. It was kind of, I felt like it, like you had to put on a certain persona. And because I'm saying diamonds over diamonds, yeah, dripping in designer, yeah, that made me think of somebody who's confident, like a bad bitch, like a boss, like somebody who gets it, don't need a man for it. So I started thinking about people, like women who inspire other women, or women that have a story. Women that been doing this since the beginning of their careers. For instance, all my looks, so I have about, I think, 5 to 6 looks. I could be completely wrong. I can't think right now. But I have a lot of looks. Yes. And I brought it down from 10, okay? Because my videographer's like, oh, you're a little ambitious, and where's the budget, Shout out to Les Visuals. That's the guy. He did all the directing and helping bring everything together for me. And of course, I got to shout out G-Town for DP and Smitty, All City Smitty. These are people that I built relationships with in being a part of the music video world, where they were grips, where they were assistants, where they were actual directors. These are also hustlers as well in that industry. So because I've known them for maybe over 7 years being involved in the music video, I was like, yo, look, I'm dropping a project, bro. I need some help. I need some eyes. I need some, season. And they're like, yo, say no more. Let's do it. And they helped me bring it together.
That's powerful.
So back to the women. So I started to think of people that kind of inspired me and kind of were like, role models to me, or like who would I want to be, or like who would I want to embody if I had something to say. So I started thinking of J-Lo off rip. Anything she touches, whether it's acting, she may not be the best to certain people. She may not be the best singer. I don't give a fuck. She still bodies that. She still performs. She's a boss in everything she does. And guess what? It's still a mother. So there's no excuse to anybody out there being lazy, talk about, I don't know where to start. Trust me, I've had those days. But just embodying them and trying to, like, doing more homework on these people just to try to give a little bit of their personality in my music video was like, I gotta do them right. You know what I mean? I can't just do half-ass. So I gotta pull out my phone because I wrote them down. It's a lot of women that I was inspired by, look-wise, attitude-wise, feelings, emotions. So J-Lo, like I said, Cardi B, Beyonce, Rihanna, Marilyn Monroe, Lil' Kim, all these women have extensive stories of how they got to where they are now and are still striving to do better in their career. Fortunately, Marilyn Monroe's dead, but even when she was alive, she was respected, minus her stories or whatever, but she was a boss. And she still lives on to this day. Yeah. There's not a house I go into that don't have a Marilyn Monroe fixture. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because of who she was. You know what I'm saying? And then I even took, I'm a character. So I took some characters that are also well known, such as Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy. Now, all these women that I mentioned were inspired with, they inspired me with the outfits, the makeup, even, the girl, when I'm on the hoop, that's Catwoman. Her story is she gets what she wants. However she gets it, that's what she wants, she's going to get it. So the song, again, going back to the song, is about diamonds over diamonds. This is what I want, this is what I have. Oh, I can't make a decision because I have all of this. What car am I going to hop into today? It's a boss. It's somebody who's worked for what they have. And that's what I believe in. I believe that I'm an underdog. Hence why the skit in the beginning is so important. Yes, there's comedic and everybody will go right over it. But I'm the only woman sitting on that table.
That's true.
Amongst bosses. And they're bosses in their industry. You got Cortez, who's a battle rapper, who's a boss in the battle rapping world. You got Mike Ruga, who's one of the comedian gods, who's dealing the situation. Yeah. Then you have Tax G, who's the god of freaking Jersey. He's, you know what I mean? His story, I know all these people personally. Yeah, that's why they, you know, they show love for me to come to this video. But I've been in their music videos, or I've been a part of their come up as well. You know what I mean? So I know a little bit of their background. That's why I was like, I strategically pulled certain people. Then you have Joselito. My God, there's not another puppet in this fucking world right now doing that thing. And his just, like, it was, when we were filming, like, that was the longest part for us to film, because it was just nothing but pure fun and laughter. Like, at times, we really thought he was a human. It was just funny, like, the little, it just, I can go on. And I'm gonna post behind the scenes too, so you guys can see, like, you know, what you know, the team, what you know, what it really took to make these visuals happen. Then you got, who comes in a little late, you got, his name is JR. He's the writer. He's actually the writer of the song. And, you know, you got him. He's the one with the blue blazer. And you got him just coming in clean cut, don't say much, but he just got that look. You know, boss status. So the point of the game was to show that, all right, I'm amongst all these people that other people would be intimidated to sit around, but I'm quiet. I play my part, and then you see at the end of the night, I still won everything that I put in, because I still worked. And don't think because I'm the only female at the table, I don't have a chance to win. So again, the whole music video flowed just to explain how women were underdogs at the end of the day. We're amongst men, and we're not seen as a winner at the end of the day. We're seen as a you know, a piece of whatever on a guy, eye candy on a guy's arm. But no, I was there, and I wanted it all.
You know what? You know, when you say that, I was watching an episode of Explained on Netflix, and there was an episode about women.
Was it the brain? Is that the brain?
Yeah, the one that starts off talking about the brain, and they said something about women in different places, women get paid different to the dollar of men. So like,
that's equality.
Yeah, so like 90 cents to the dollar of what men get paid. And there's some places where women get 60 cents to the dollar of what men get paid.
In America, or
Africa, different places in the world. So they pulled statistics from all places. And it's interesting you say that, because today, you know, a lot of people would say, nah, everything is equal, but it's still a lot of work that needs to be done to make it equal playing ground. Like, in that whole explanation, they were talking about how the reason why is because of women wanting to have a family, and that's why they get paid a certain amount.
Well, we're seen as nurturers than we are, you know, the workers.
Exactly, and as well as like and some, they look at you like a liability, because they're like, yo, you go get pregnant, and then I'm out of a worker that I have to pay for leave. So now there's places in the world where they require that the men that have a baby in their family, they're obligated to take a leave of pay as well. So then that way, there's no difference from women and men. And I think that's dope, you know. That's fair. That's great that you explained that, because the music video definitely a lot more.
You gotta watch it again.
A lot of things that went over my head. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch it again, because you get so into just the aesthetics of it, the visuals, like the money, you know, the parts where you're hanging on this thing, and I'm just like, yo, how'd she learn how to do that? Like,
so if you watched me throughout this whole entire year, the beginning of the year, there was certain things that I was already hinting, but again, it'd gone over a lot of people's head. Yeah. Granted, I did wait this long to drop the record. Mind you, this record was done in, I think, April, and we actually shot the music video in May. But again, I was using the element of surprise. When I was ready to
That's great marketing.
Thank you. So a lot of people don't know that had happened. Mind you, my hair is fully grown out now versus what it was in the video. But I decided to wait after the hype was gone, because in this industry, you have to make sure you don't get thrown under the water with other people's albums. Like if Drake drops something, I drop something, niggas ain't paying attention to me. It's a dub. La who? Right. What? You heard that new Drake shit? You know, like, or that Kanye thing that just dropped. I was supposed to drop it
yesterday. Kanye is king. I mean, Jesus is king, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're listening to this, but I haven't heard that record, and people be like, "Yo, you gotta hear this record." Nah, I'm focused on mine right now. I'm gonna listen to that when my hype is done.
That's an artist. That's what you should be doing.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to discourage myself by being influenced by other people's music and be like, damn, I'm not even at that level. But in reality, it's not that I'm not at that level. That's just not you can't think like that because that's not even my road. That's somebody else's. And that took me a while. But 2019, like in the beginning of this year, I literally was taking Lyra, the hoop thing. Yeah. That's called Lyra Hoop.
I saw some videos of it.
So I was taking classes for about 2 months. In the beginning of this year. Yeah. And people were like, oh, I want to try that. Oh, what are you doing that for? Oh, I'm just doing it for exercise, and a little bit of other things, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, all right, what?
Because it was out of the blue that I started doing that. It wasn't something I've done all my life. People know I'm a dancer, but that's a different type of dance. That's in the air. So I was doing that, even like doing photo shoots with certain makeup artists or certain people was because I already had worked with them. And I had to just be relevant, keep them relevant until this dropped. Yeah. So I've been doing things strategically through this year, and granted, life has nipped me in the ass a couple of times. But I say this is my, 2020 is going to be the result of everything I've been doing 2019.
How do you keep up with it? Because in the midst of you're explaining that this has been done for a while, but if you look at her, and that's just what you get to post. Because behind the scenes,
there's so much,
so like. Just off of what she posts, you're like, yo, when did she rest? Because it's always like, oh, I'm here at this event. I'm here doing this. And then I'm over here with this person. Oh, and then I'm just like, okay. So when I saw that you posted doing that, what do you call it?
Lyra hoop.
Esa vaina. Eso mismo. I was like, yo, what acrobatic shit is she about to get involved with now? You know what I mean? Like, what other things is she gonna go out and do? So now that you put all these pieces together, and people that actually know you and the people that will start following you just off of hearing about your music and you coming up on their timelines and maybe listening to the podcast, they're gonna look at it and say, that's multi, and it's funny hustling. Because you seem like a person that doesn't know how to multitask, but you definitely know how to multitask as far as your life. It's hard to keep up with that. I'll be tired, honestly.
My question to you was, how was the recording process? Like you going in the
song?
Booth, like
oh my
you going
god,
in the booth.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, so what people don't know about me. I don't really speak Spanish. I do understand Spanish. I understand more than I speak. Gotcha. So my Spanish is very broken down. I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, and that shit we don't speak at the crib.
So you're Puerto Rican.
But granted, I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican. Relax. I'm a salsera, okay, and a bachatera. So déjalo. I'm always around the Spanish culture. So, mind you, I know how to dance. Like, again, people know me for dancing. I want to see you come to Lit 21 on a Tuesday.
She be doing these turns that I'll be like, I quit.
Yeah, I'm 1, 2. Yeah. Once you hit me with the turn, it's over.
It's a 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's over.
I'm around it, so it's not necessarily hard for me to pick up. But certain words, there's just certain, like, oh my God, there's another song that I did that we just had to change it back to English because we spent 30 minutes of me learning pronunciation to say independent, but in Spanish. Can you say that in Spanish?
Independiente.
My nigga. Congratulations. I could not say. No, so I got to say the word, but here's the thing. I had to say it sexy, so try that saying it sexy.
Nah, it's not.
All right.
I'm not falling for that. That just sounds like
I thought I had you. So,
Independiente.
Yeah, right. So, and I have to be on cue. I had to be on point.
That's
so,
deep right there.
Imagínate, I was like, yo. So it was a real struggle. There's actually 3 records that I recorded. This one being the one that's mixed and mastered. The other ones we're still playing with or whatever. But it was definitely a struggle, but it would take me, like, I would sit with each song or all the songs for about a month and then go in the studio, and then it'll take me about, like, maybe 3 to 5 hours or so. And which, according to my producer and writer, they're like, yo, that's not bad. You know, Cardi B or whatever, these people sit in the studio, like, from, you know, the morning all the way to the next day with one record. Which is cool, but for me, as someone who doesn't do music, period, it's like, yo, my God, 3 to 5 hours? What the fuck? Like, But then I just have that adrenaline rush, like, okay, what's next? Like, come on, let's keep going, you know? But it's like, yo, like, that's just my mentality or that's my behavior that in reality, they've been working with artists for who knows how long. They're like, no, you need to take a break. Like, you need to calm down, relax, because it's about resting your voice as well and your mind so that you can hit a note. You know, it's not just resting. You got to really like, stop talking, literally relax, get out your head, and then we'll see you back in the studio. So luckily I work with people that were just, when I tell you Rico and JR, y'all got patience. They got patience because I'm a handful, but they really were there to, like, yo, we're going to get this right. We're going to get this right. Try again. All right, cool. Go home. Sit with it. Come back again.
Did you feel uncomfortable hearing your voice?
Oh my God, did I? I told them, can you please just shut me off completely? Like, no, you have to hear your voice. I was like, no, I don't. Yeah. Because it's echo, and it's like you hear the crisps, the cracks, and all that shit in your ear. And I'm like, nah, nigga, ew, I don't like my voice to begin with. So why are you putting it in my headphones?
Why is that? I felt the same way, and I'm not an artist, right? I'm not an artist. I don't consider myself
But
an
even
artist.
recording, like on TV, mute when I'm talking. Like, I can't, I
recorded music in my early years, and I have, you know, music that I still have written to this day. But I you know, those are things for, like, my own love for the music game, right? But you're an artist, right? So do you not like listening to your own voice?
I fell in love with my voice.
Okay. Because for me,
maybe I'll get there.
No, I was the same way with her. To this day, sometimes, like, I'll hear people say, yo, your voice is dope. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you're listening to, but I hate it. Yeah. And then I've seen that's a common thing with many artists where they just don't like hearing themselves. Yeah. They're like, yo, turn that off.
It's very common.
I like to hear the playback so then I can correct myself. Be like, oh, that's where I fucked up. And I knew exactly why I did that. So let me get out my head and not do that at that time. But what I did find out is that I'm kind of tone deaf too. So if I hear myself, I kind of like, it's weird. Like, you know, when you can't hear out of one ear, you kind of sound like, it's weird. I don't know. But I found out I was tone deaf, and I was like, oh, okay. That's why I'm never going to hit that note. Gotcha.
Was it hard for you to catch the beat? Did you get it on point?
Yes,
how was that?
Everything. It's so funny, though, because I can catch the beat dancing. But singing, even with the... Oh my God, I hate that so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have the option to do that here, and I'm like, no.
Shut that shit off. Yeah. Delete, alt delete, remove, throw away. Yeah.
You'll get it though.
Yeah, I mean, with practice and granted, I've been having the itch to, like, yo, I need to go back in the booth. Yo, like, when we doing it, come on, like. But we just dropped this record, so they're like, relax, calm down.
Let's put this in the oven. Let's keep it cooking.
let it cook, let it marinate. And
are you gonna perform it in the future after you know
lip sync? Yeah, totally.
No, you gotta perform that song.
How do you feel about performing?
Okay, so here's what I'm nervous about. I'm not nervous about the video. The video I was so excited to drop. I kind of want to drop that before the record, but clearly it doesn't work that way. Yeah. Because that's where I'm confident in. That's the only reason why. The record, I got confident in it. At first, I didn't. I was like, oh my God, what the hell do these people think? Like, what do they see in me? I'm not a singer. What the fuck? But they eventually made me believe it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I can't put all my platforms together and be an image. Yeah. Instead of selling me as a singer, Mariah Carey, all these people, like, I'm not that. That's not what that's why I refer to myself as a recording artist and a swagger. Which I'm inventing that word that doesn't exist, but with me it is, right?
Gotta trademark that.
Okay. What are you? I'm a swagger.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
You gotta keep going, even if you get nervous.
Of course, and I will, but I'm a person that, like, with humor, I would, like, people will never know when you fuck up unless you make it known.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make it known, and I'm gonna be humorous about it. That's where I'm gonna have to, like, you know, with discipline, just not worry about that. But yeah, I'm deaf. That's not even that. Fuck that. What I'm nervous about is these Spanish interviews. Yo, son, I'm gonna be like, ¿Tú entiendes inglés? Nah, okay, all right. Let me talk to you in English because Spanish is gonna be whoop. And it's funny because I was at TRL and they interviewed Anuel AA. And he's a Spanish artist and an English radio thing. But I think he did a feature with an English person at the time. So that's why they interviewed him. And she was like, okay, well, like, what's going on? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, my Spanish isn't really good. I mean, my English isn't very good. So I was like, yo, that's going to be me. That's going to be me in Spanish interviews, and it's going to suck. But yeah, yo entiendo, pero no hablo mucho, tú sabes. and just throw in a Spanish word every so often, you know?
But it's definitely something to get you out of your comfort zone.
Of
and
course.
Get you,
and to grow as a person.
Yeah, grow, because it's definitely important. I lived in the Dominican Republic for 5 years, so Spanish to me was like, that's how I started writing music in Spanish. Like, that was my first nature of how to create music. And it's funny when you say about performing, because my fear was doing the Eminem and just forgetting my words and just like from 8 miles.
But that happens.
I did that on a performance. Happens. Like, I deadass, if I didn't have the song playing in the background with my vocals, it would have been a dead silent second. Like, so like my boys that were there, which was like Becco and a couple of dudes that we had a group together, we started hyping it up and like masked the fact that I forgot the lyrics, and it was just like a total
forget
blank.
that happened situation, right?
Yeah, that definitely
but then
happens.
You practice.
Though,
for
of
a
course.
lot of people, they don't. We didn't practice. We didn't know about going to a place and rehearsing.
Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah.
Like, rappers do it. Artists, period, have to do that because it prepares you for getting on stage. Some of us think that we just write a song, record it, and then like when it comes to performing,
boom, right then and there, you figure it out on the spot.
No, that's a whole different level
Ball
when you're
game.
taking it serious.
Of course.
When you're really serious about it, you're gonna go into a studio space, go with your, if you have dancers, if you have other backup voices, and go and practice and go and say, yo, this is what we're gonna do.
Discipline,
DJ as well is gonna be the one that's gonna cut in wherever he needs to cut in and help out. So it's a whole team effort, man. So. Yeah. I'm excited to see that. When you're actually ready to perform and you have a performance, you guys shoot us an invite.
Of
we're
course.
Gonna pop up. We're gonna definitely show love because we're supporting. I didn't post anything on my Instagram because I wanted it to kind of when we did this, so you can do a little shout out and we'll post it up and then post a video.
Wait, you're gonna post this next week or the following week?
This Monday coming up.
All right, cool, perfect.
So this drops Monday. We're recording today, Monday. So you're tuning in Monday.
Gotcha. All right. Because we were talking about yo, this shit dropped today, and I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna edit that shit out.
You're tuning in now. Go listen to Juju, La Juju, Diamonds. Before we wrap up, I know you got a lot of things that you gotta get done tonight. What is your plans? Like, I know you probably have an idea or maybe not thought that far because you just dropped the single again, but you said meshing all your platforms together and creating an image. What does that entail and what's the vision? You don't have to give the whole sauce, but what's kind of what's your vision with dropping this single?
So La Juju is pretty much just gonna be marketing me as a brand in every way that I do. So of course I want my name to be involved in everything. I still have a team. Of course, you can't run without a team. That's just impossible. Mm-hmm. So, of course, I have my assuming that they stick with me. Yeah. I have my, my hardcore team, the makeup artists. I have my stylists. I have my videographers. I have my dancers, my models. Mind you, I did model casting, too. So, some of y'all shorties better pull up with no budget. You heard? Because I put money in your pocket.
Hey,
but all jokes aside, like, it's just, I'm a person that has always made an opportunity for someone. If I can't bring you to the water, I know such and such is going to go that way to the water, so catch that ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been somebody to connect bridges or people, put them together. If I can't pay you, I'm gonna get you paid gigs. Like, I've always been that type of person. So hopefully with my music, me being an artist now, and with my music, I get to bring people with me so that it can help them get to the next level or meet the person that they need to meet to get to wherever they need to go. I'm not selfish with my stuff, but I am still going to be cautious of who I have around me.
Those energies definitely you get back. Everything you put out, you get back. So.
There's people that just suck the energy out or suck whatever
I don't
they
need
can
that.
out, you gotta watch for the leech.
And
Yeah.
2019 has been 2019 has been cutthroat, like sharpen my scissors, cutting season. Like I
definitely relate.
I'm a person who naturally loves to help somebody succeed. And people see that in anything that I do. I put out casting calls still to this day. The director be like, yo, Drew, I need such and such. You got somebody?
post it up.
And I post it up.
Yeah.
Like I'm not selfish with that. And nor do they pay me. And if they do pay me, it's a $25 booking fee. Mind you, I'm not gonna ever book somebody under 100 because then no one's really eating. You know what I'm saying? But if I can make an opportunity for somebody to get the next place, I'm all for it. So with the music video, me being an artist and with the music videos, I want to be able to bring other visualists involved. I want to help other people get to the next stage. I'm not. Right now, it's too early to talk about an album, right? Because I just dropped this record. But the initial thought was to drop at least a 5-single EP.
That's good.
Yeah, something light. I'm independent, so why not?
You could drop a couple of different flavors in that EP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of Spanglish, English, and you get a little English, Spanglish. So this is like the trial and error. Like, let's see. All right, does Juju have something for her to keep pushing this? If not, I'm good. I drop the record, drop a visual. I still got my other, paying jobs. Like, I'm good if this doesn't go anywhere. But because I put my heart and soul into it, I'm gonna make sure it goes somewhere. Because I still believe in helping other people get to where they need to go. But this is still the snippet of what's to come 2020 because I'm not playing. This was my level up. And to piggyback off of our last interview when I was here, we were talking about the workshops that I was doing, right? How I was helping women, inspiring models to get to the next level and how to get there. People were like, yo, Drew, I need one. When's your next one? Oh, my God, it's been almost a year. When is it? Blah, blah, blah. I was even on Fox 5 for it. And I said, I don't want to disappoint y'all if me as a person haven't leveled up in my career yet. Because if not, I'm only teaching you the same thing. So this is my level up.
That's deep.
So maybe next year I'll do a workshop and not so many because last year I did like 7 of them. And now I've inspired motherfuckers to do their own workshop. Now niggas think they're and I'm not on God. I love everybody. I'm not hateful. I don't care if you do your thing. But I just hate when somebody takes your idea and don't give you credit for it. Feel me? And then try to play that card that, oh, well, I've been told you I wanted to do this. Nigga, I've been trying to invite you to be part of my workshop so we can not eat, so we can eat together, not eat from the same plate, because now you're just stealing. But people will learn, and karma's a bitch, and I'm going to let her handle that. But the reason why I haven't done any workshops, I'm sorry, models, is because I felt that I wasn't to a level where I can teach you the next thing to grow to. But now I am. Now I'm an artist, and now I believe I'm going to learn. I have learned so much more that I can, pour into people where it's knowledge. It's not advice or experience. You know what I mean? So
I fuck with that. And we had a blast when we went to your workshop. We met some great people. And, just by saying that, a lot of the people that we've been able to connect with the podcast was, Juju would be like, yo, you need to hit this person up. You need to get connected with this. And that's like, it shows just the type of person you are as well. Like you just said that, it's not just you saying it. It's like, I can be like a testimony to that. Like we had one of our biggest interviews as far as like attention was with moves.
Oh really? That's
like
awesome.
I don't know what their algorithm is, but like it drew mad people to listen to the episode. It was like the most played episode on the Cause and Effect podcast, and I was
amazing,
like, crazy, right? And it built the relationship with them.
Perfect.
They're great people. Love their brand. I love what they stand for.
Hustlers as well.
And I love seeing that they're Latinos as well. That
yes.
they're people that are trying to get a piece of the pie in a bigger market, and they saw a lane for themselves. I feel like you have a lane that you're able to create right now because there's some people right that are doing the music, Spanglish, whatever, but you have many more things in your arsenal that once you're able to develop that and put that together into your artistry, it's going to be a different ballgame.
That video alone shows she's going somewhere.
Yeah.
There's nobody taking the time to, that creativity.
Listen,
level,
man,
you know?
people just want the 5 minutes of fame on Instagram.
Yeah.
People just want the quick fix, and give me the cheapest, most affordable, but like you gotta put some skin in the game. You gotta treat
yourself. Don't cheat yourself, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Quality, and then and it speaks for how you're gonna be able to set yourself apart from other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's big in this. So you're definitely setting yourself apart.
And I feel like even now that people has gotten, like before this even dropped, it has gotten out that I was gonna become an artist. I have people, I got a 50,000 Instagram, I'll sell it to you, and I'm like, no, why would I do that? Like, I have
people
to
really do that. I play the real estate game on
and
IGs,
then
hold that.
and for me it's like no, like people, I guess people are trying to help me in a sense, get me to a level, like skip some levels so I can get to where I need to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't skip the struggle.
But I don't want to. All my 13.6 thousand followers are authentic. I don't know all of them, but I've some way in a way interacted with them. So with that being said, I'm gonna continue building that naturally.
Shit. That engagement is way more powerful.
What?
Well, it is.
What?
Absolutely.
Because you don't understand. That's why it still hasn't hit me that I dropped this record and this music video. When I tell you, motherfucking ghosts have been coming out of the woodworks, like, yo, Jew, like apologizing for one, being a ghost, and two, like just blown away by what I've done.
Yeah.
That is like, oh, I still follow you. You still follow me? Oh, I bet. You know what I mean? But it's like, there's ghosts that follow you, but they're still watching what you're doing.
Yeah, they're trying to keep up.
Yeah. But now they want to be friends again, and I'm like, nah,
She
bro.
About to blow.
But like, yo, we should link up.
She about to blow.
We should link
Let's
up.
link.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga.
And that's what
where
you
were you
realize,
when
man.
Where were you when I reached out to you, nigga? Like, fuck out of here.
And now you're able to just, like I said, you're gonna be able to see and filter out
Who's
relationships
who.
and
Absolutely.
people. Because again, people will pop up when they feel like you're about to dip on them. Because
Yep.
people be watching you, but they start hitting you up when they think that you're about to go.
Oh, trust me.
Yo, they see you. They say, yo, let me make sure that I'm at least on her mind
Right.
before
She
something
takes off.
happens,
Right.
And,
Before she gets that check.
It's funny because, and I think we all do that. And in my mind, like, for example, like I'll be in my own world and I'll see somebody that I know, and then I see them post. Like recently, I have a friend, and you met him at he was at the event with Moves in
Jersey City.
I forgot, Jersey City. And I haven't hit him up in a while. He was a guest on the podcast. And then I saw him with an artist that I love. Like, she's a dope artist in Dominican Republic. And I'm just like, yo! I hope he don't think that I'm just like hitting him up because of that. Artist. But I'm like, yo, that's fine. Because in my head, I'm like, yo, I follow her. Like, I see her music. I see what she does. I love her personality. And you just sitting there with her. I'm like, fam, that's crazy. But again, there's some people that might see you with somebody like a Tax G or Mike Ruga or Joselito or anybody else that's involved in that music video, and they'll be like, yo, she's with such and such, like, yo, what's up? And they get excited, but in a way it sounds like a groupie. But there's other people that just like, yo, don't forget about me.
Right.
So you feel
I gotta wait it out. Be like, well, what are you hitting me up for? Like, you know.
But we wish you all the success as we always follow you. Where can people follow you on your Instagram, on any other platforms? Download all your stuff and everything else that you got coming their way.
So for now, I'm keeping Unique Designer because of everything that I do. Just like Champagne Papi, Drake. That's his Instagram name, but everybody knows him as Drake. So you can find me even if you can't or know how to spell Unique Designer. You could just put La Juju on Instagram. You could follow me on Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't know if I'm going to get on that. I know I should, but it's too much to maintain. Snapchat, not on that right now. But I will be because I will be on the Second Chance in December. If you guys know about that show on Snapchat, it's called The Second Chance.
I haven't seen that. No.
Well, Google it. Google and Moogle
you see,
it.
like it's always like this.
I'm on something else, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's something else that that was a project that Snapchat hired me for. So it's on Snapchat. It's not like on a TV or whatever.
All right.
So I'm gonna have to reactivate my shit just so I can watch it. And then YouTube, just subscribe to my YouTube, La Juju, Jalissa Peralta, however you want to spell it. Just subscribe to me because I need to build that fan base in order to be seen or respected in this industry. Unfortunately.
So It's a call out to all the listeners, all the the women that like empower women, and all the people that like good music, all the people that just love following somebody that's doing something outside of the comfort zone, outside of the norm, and also just following their passions. Follow La Juju on all platforms. Download it, stream it if you have Tidal,
please.
Apple.
It's on all of that.
All that. Go
Spotify, Pandora.
SoundCloud. You're on SoundCloud?
I don't know if I'm on SoundCloud yet.
You should definitely get on SoundCloud. Yeah, we get.
I just dropped it, guys. Relax.
Yeah. Just letting you know. Don't show love to the SoundCloud listeners. Right. We have a lot of SoundCloud listeners.
Perfect.
So, yeah. All I can say is, one last thing is, gone. I had it there.
Just like that performance.
Yeah. Yo, just like that fucking
I got another
performance,
question.
Man.
If you had an
opportunity
opportunity to work with an artist, who would it be?
Ooh.
Oh, that's better than what I was gonna ask.
Oh, you can still ask me whatever you're gonna ask. Good question. A guy or girl? Help me. A girl.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, of course, is the obvious answer. Why wouldn't anyone want to not work with her, right? Cardi B. But I'm not gonna pick that. I think it's between one of the. I've already worked with Lil' Kim, not musically, but like not in the booth, but definitely in her music video. I have a great relationship with her. I think I would like to work with Ciara. Ciara or Rihanna, one of the two.
Okay, Rihanna, I could see that. Ciara was a curveball to me because I was, what I was thinking about? I was like, all right, she might like a SZA, like like new.
I love them,
like
but
Summer Walker, like
Ciara, you know why? Because Ciara, like I said when we first started this interview, I like to make dance music.
Okay.
Oh. So actually, I'm gonna replace Ciara. Ciara will be second. Missy Elliott.
Oh,
there we go.
Bringing out of retirement.
Because,
you hear this, Missy?
Yo, she's
not out of retirement. No, son, she's not out of retirement. She is out of retirement.
She's not in retirement. She's out of retirement.
Yes.
She's coming with some
shit. The reason why is because it's feel good music, and the culture, the vibe is still there no matter how many years. Like
Missy
to me, her music is timeless.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it makes you want to move all the time. And it's just, like I said, swagger. She's not a singer. She's a rapper, MC. But what I'm trying to say is she's a swagger. Do you understand the definition of swagger now? Like, it just makes you move.
Missy's Missy.
Like, just complete. And you know what's funny that you say Missy, because I think Missy is very... not forgotten, but underrated in the industry.
Underestimated.
She's a goat.
Again.
She's a goat.
Oh my God. Again.
She's a goat.
Again. That's what I'm talking about. All the women that I was inspired by, or that I, decided to portray in my music video, was women who were underrated in the beginning of their career, just like me. So, and still some are to this day. You know what I mean? If you're not aggressive or you're not hungry, not to really, shit on Cardi B's parade, but if you don't have that attitude, you're not gonna be known. You're gonna get stepped over. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be that, although I am that as a person. I'm just a boss, but I still want to be humble with my music and the way I do things. I don't want to step on nobody's toes. You either fuck with me or you don't. I'm not sliding nobody's DM. Yo, take a minute and listen to this track. You either listen to it or you don't. But I'm not going to go out my way to do that, although that's a marketing way. But
they'll catch on eventually.
They'll catch on eventually. That's exactly how I feel all day.
Definitely. So we want to thank you again for coming on the podcast. Sorry for keeping you waiting outside.
Oh, boy, this man made me freeze today.
Just at the end.
Woo, he made me freeze. 13 whole minutes.
But it's a great episode. It's a great episode. I know people will enjoy it. And it has a little bit of everything. I like those gems that you dropped, and people will pick them up when they listen to it. Any other thing, just follow her on all her platforms that she mentioned. She will be continuing her work, and you will be seeing more of her, guaranteed. So make sure you tune in to the Cause and Effect podcast every Monday, and make sure you follow her, download, and subscribe to your YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in,
I want to
guys.
say
And
one
yeah,
more
go
thing.
ahead.
Sorry. So all my dancers, if you're a dancer, if you like it, you fuck with it. I want to see people.
Oh, a challenge.
Oh, not a okay. We call it like
Yeah,
Juju
little
challenge,
challenge.
whatever,
Juju
diamond
challenge.
challenge, whatever you want to call it.
Like
I
Juju
want to see
challenge,
what
yeah.
y'all come up with, because for me it was kind of hard to come up with the routine, because I didn't want it to be just twerking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
such
yeah,
a
yeah.
jumping record. It does make me move, but I be moving different ways. So I want to see how break dancers move to it. I want to see how contemporary
good,
artists.
that's good.
I want every
Like
type of
Juju
dance out
challenge,
there.
man. Like
Let's
Juju
do it.
challenge.
Let's
Yo,
create that
and
shit.
make it a boss, like a boss, like a
Yeah.
boss.
Yes,
video,
show
like
me
what
your
she's trying to
character.
embody. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
show me who you are.
Dope. So make sure you do that, and I'm sure you're gonna post up more about for people to do that.
Yes.
and post up all the people that
Hashtag like
participate.
Juju challenge.
You know, I know Jump gonna do a little chancleta challenge. With that. And I'm gonna see you do this, bro. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Cause and Effect podcast, and we'll see you next time.
En el cielo estoy.
Way too high out, never. Diamonds over, diamonds high. Dripping in designer, yeah. Never on my level, nah. Way too high out, never fall. Diamonds over, diamonds high. Dripping in designer, yeah. Never on my level, nah. Way too high out, never fall.
En el cielo